Hello everyone, my name is Holden Hardman. Thank you so much for joining us again for another video. If this is your first video, thank you for checking it out. I show my lovely wife Jen movies for the first time. Today I'm showing her Stranger Than Fiction. We've been doing some comedy movies in general. Several of them have featured Will Ferrell. Jen has notoriously said on the channel that she's not the biggest fan of Will Ferrell's style of comedy, and a lot of you guys recommended that we check out Stranger Than Fiction, partly because it's not really a comedy. It's one of those movies that you don't really expect to see someone like Will Ferrell take the lead in. It's kind of like when Jim Carrey was the lead in The Number 23. Not really a comedy. So this one has some comedic moments, but I don't know if I would safely say that it's like a comedy movie. But it's still, I think, a pretty good one. This came out in 2006, I want to say. It's been a while since I've seen it, and I remember really liking the premise of it. And I think that's something that Jen will enjoy too, whether or not she likes Will Ferrell in it or not. Jen, thoughts going into Stranger Than Fiction?
I am actually excited to check this out just because so many of you guys have recommended this movie, and it kind of piques my interest, the fact that I've only seen Will Ferrell in comedy movies. So I don't even know what that would look like in a serious setting. But I'm really curious because with Jim Carrey, I primarily saw him in comedies, and I saw him in The Number 23, and I know a lot of people crap on that movie, but I thought it was fantastic. I loved seeing the range in Jim Carrey going from comedy to like a serious role. I don't know going into this how serious of a role Will Ferrell plays, but either way, I'm really excited to kind of switch it up because I could totally see myself like hating his comedy, but loving the serious film that he puts out. So either way, I'm excited to check it out.
Yeah, The Number 23 was one that Jen and I had both seen prior and loved it. And it wasn't until we watched it not all that long ago. There was, we'll look up factoids about the movie as we watch. And like the Rotten Tomatoes score was abysmal. Like people hated it. And we were like, oh man, that just goes to show that there's some movies that critic or even audience reception is like really negative about, but like you personally enjoy. We've done some community polls or community posts in the past being like, hey, what's a movie that most audience members and critics really don't like but you love? We have a few of them that are like that. Love The Number 23, we love Speed 2, Cruise Control. We're the only people on the planet that actually unironically, not sarcastically, like that movie a lot. And I still maintain that if it didn't have the Speed franchise attached to it, if they called it just like Cruise Control and Sandra Bullock was a different character but it was the same thing, I think people would have liked it. I'll die on that hill. Anyway, going into a different range there. Before we get into this movie, we can't forget the comment of the day. Today's comment of the day says, not all Will Ferrell movies are like that though. We referenced something in the Napoleon Dynamite video. Stranger Than Fiction is still great years later, but I guess it won't count since it's not a real comedy. I need to watch this one again because I don't remember like how much of it was like really funny. I think it was like quirky. Maybe that's kind of where Will Ferrell sort of fits in there, but it's not like laugh out loud comedy, I wouldn't say. I'm overdue for that rewatch, so let's go ahead and get into this one, Stranger Than Fiction. Do you know the premise of this movie? Or?
Not at all.
Good.
Harold Crick was a man of infinite numbers. Harold would brush each of his 32 teeth 76 times.
I mean, that's more of a problem.
38 times up and down.
You gotta do circular motions.
Particular Wednesday was exactly like all the Wednesdays prior. And he began it the same way he always did.
Hello?
When others' minds would
Hello, someone there?
fantasize about their upcoming day, Harold just counted brush strokes.
All right, who just said Harold just counted brush strokes? Hello?
How the simple, modest, it was remarkable, how so often taken for granted, would become the catalyst for an entirely new life. And though this was an extraordinary day, Harold just thought it was a Wednesday.
I'm sorry, did you hear that?
Don't worry, it is Wednesday.
No, did you hear it? Harold just thought it was a Wednesday.
Harold, it's okay. It's Wednesday.
His thoughts were scattered.
What's 67 times 4?
You know what? I can't think while you're talking.
30,351. Answer really being 31,305.
Wait. 31,305. Sorry.
To be a deep and endless ocean.
You mean you're filing? No, the voice. Frightening part is sometimes I do imagine a deep and forget it.
No audits. Have a good day.
I'm a securities trader. Maybe you should take the baker.
Oh, yes, Ben! Taxman! Taxman!
Oh no.
I mean, I get it.
We're gonna talk about this right here.
Looks like only 78%.
Yeah?
So you must have been expecting an audit.
Was expecting a fine, a sharp reprimand.
This isn't boarding school, Miss Pascal. You stole from the government.
I just didn't pay you.
You can't just not pay your taxes.
I can.
You can if you want to get audited.
Recognize your right to audit me, Mr. Crick.
Pascal, I'm right here auditing.
I'm happy to pay those taxes of the percentage that the government uses corporate bailouts and campaign discretionary funds. Sent a letter to that effect.
Begins, dear imperialist swine. Miss Pascal, what you're describing is anarchy.
Am I a member?
An anarchist group, yes.
Anarchists have a group? Wouldn't that completely defeat the purpose?
Imagine Miss Pascal as a revolutionary.
Not now.
Her long, shapely
Nothing.
legs dashing from tear gas. Harold wasn't prone to fantasies. But
Harold.
of course, failed. And he couldn't help but imagine her naked,
Harold.
stretched across his
Crick,
bed.
you're staring at my tits.
I don't think I was. I don't think I would do that. If I was, I can assure you it was only as a representative.
Exasperated outside the bakery.
Shut up!
Cursing the heavens in futility.
Stupid voice, so shut up and leave me alone!
Oh. I gotta watch that Jim Carrey series movie. What's it called? Eternal Sunshine of
Oh,
the
yeah.
Spotless Mind. I've
Yeah.
never seen that.
Eternal Sunshine with Kate Winslet in that too.
Yeah. Oh.
Aim for the bushes.
Excuse me.
Queen Latifah?
I know, it's been a while since she's been in anything.
Yes.
Excellent. May I ask what you're doing?
Research.
Oh, am I interrupted?
Yes.
Did you ever see her in Bringing Down the House? With the girl from Halloween Town and Steve Martin?
I've never seen her in anything.
Publishers think I have writer's block, isn't that right? They're letters.
Are you writing back?
I don't respond to letters.
You smoked all these cigarettes.
No, they came pre-smoked.
You said you were funny.
What do you think about leaping off a building?
Don't think about leaping off of a building.
They say, I read this in this fantastically depressing book, that when you jump from a building, it's rarely the impact that actually kills you.
I'm sure it doesn't help.
There's a photograph in the book called The Leaper, from above the corpse of a woman who just leapt to her death. Her face is so serene. She died. She could feel the wind against her face.
We need to get this lady some help.
Yeah.
I don't know how to kill Harold Crick. How are you going to help me? Great inspiration will you bestow on me, are to no avail when faced with killing a man.
Do you?
I can't just...
Wait, so he's a character in her book?
Yeah.
But he's a real person.
There's the rub.
Does she know he's a real person?
Now you're asking the right questions.
I've helped more than 20 authors complete more than 35 books, and I've never missed a deadline. Now, I will be available to you every minute of every day. I do not like loud music, and I will gladly help you kill Harold Crick.
Oh no, oh no.
They said you were feeling a little wibbly-wobbly. Catch a little cubicle fever.
Oh, I don't know. I think I'm okay.
Why was Harold talking to this man?
I know that you know.
This man was an
that
idiot
we're very sensible.
and explained that trees were
And the
trees.
West-
What Harold didn't know was why he couldn't shake the smell of brownie.
Oh boy, Harold.
Fingertips quiver and lips go numb.
See the clouds moving in the background?
Harold?
Huh?
What's going on, Harold?
Well, everything's fine.
Taking vacation in a few years now. Use some of that vacay time.
Vacay.
I'll think about it.
I'm not really supposed to do this.
Who is this guy?
And never even considered that it might be trying to tell him something. In fact, Harold had never once paid attention to his watch. It drove his watch crazy. Particular Wednesday evening, his watch stopped.
Sorry, does anyone have the time?
Harold's watch thrust him into the immitigable path of fate, would result in his imminent death.
What? What? Hey! Hello? Why my death? Excuse me? Okay, where are you? Why won't you say anything? That would result in his imminent death. Frantically grabbed his lamp, shook the hell out of it for no apparent reason, kicking it repeatedly. Say something!
Harold destroyed. Harold.
I'm afraid what you're describing is schizophrenia.
Schizophrenia. It's just a voice in my head.
Mr. Crick, you have a voice speaking to you.
I'm somehow involved, like I'm a character in my own life. Voice comes and goes, and I need to find out what those other parts are before it's too late.
Hate to sound like a broken record, but that's schizophrenia.
What if what I said was true, even if it was only in my mind?
I would suggest you take prescribed medication.
Other than that?
Would send you to see someone who knows about literature.
Okay. It's a good idea.
So you're the young gentleman who called me about the narrator?
Yeah, Dustin Hoffman.
Says you're gonna die. How long is it giving you to live?
I don't know. Well...
You allowed to say that to crazy people? You were counting them as we walked, weren't you?
No bank, IRS agent.
Married?
No.
Do men conversate in the bathroom like that?
Not with strangers. Oh yeah, it's not sure. Guys don't usually go to the bathroom at the same time, in general.
No.
Friend?
That's not that out. It's not that uncommon, I guess.
The narrator, exactly what does he sound like?
It's a woman.
Is it a familiar woman?
No. Well, she didn't tell me. She doesn't know I can hear her.
She said it.
Well, she's been right about a few other things. How I felt about work.
You just like your work. Well, not the most insightful voice in the world, is it? I told you you're gonna die, you believe me?
You're right.
I don't know you.
But you don't know this narrator either. I'm not an expert in crazy. I'm an expert in literature. I don't doubt you hear a voice, but it couldn't possibly be a narrator. It's I'm the faculty lifeguard at the pool. You should keep a journal. Write down what she said or something. That's all I can suggest.
Jeez.
I just remember little did he know that lead to his imminent death.
What?
That
Did you say little did he know?
Yes.
I've written papers on little did he know. I used to teach a class based on little did he know. Little did he know means there's something he doesn't know. That means there's something you don't know. Friday.
Okay.
No, imminent. You could be dead by Friday. Tomorrow at 9:45.
10 seconds ago, you said you wouldn't help me.
It's been a very revealing 10 seconds, Harold.
Harold was deep in thought. Precision of Harold's life just faded away. That in this space, Anna Pascal would appear.
Miss Pascal, it's Harold Crick from the IRS.
Excuse me.
She knows.
Tax man.
Would you like a seat? There's 11 open ones. How are you?
Lousy. I'm being audited by a real creep, too.
That's how you used to talk to me.
I don't think I've ever said anything like that to you.
I know, but you were thinking it. I'd come into your office and chat with you.
I enjoyed chatting with you
Yeah, you sure did.
when you listened.
I apologize. I ogled.
Okay, apology accepted, but only because you stammered.
Sorry, I ogled you.
So you're a frequenter of the Metropolitan Transit Authority, too?
I'm just late.
Big flag burning to get to?
Literacy and needlepoint group.
I left my thimbles and socialist reading material at home.
Harold nervously made small talk.
You have very straight teeth.
You're old.
Harold quickly calculated the odds of making himself in ratio to the amount of time he stayed to chat.
It's my stop. I should go.
Flirtatious encounter with Miss Pascal. He exited 27 blocks too early.
My man's on Drury Lane, where the Muffin Man lives.
Come in. Mr. Crick. Come in, come in. How are you?
I'm fine, actually.
Looks like our narrator hasn't killed you quite yet.
No, not yet.
Come upstairs outside. I've devised a test. Might help uncover more truths about this narrator. These may seem silly, but your candor is paramount. You know, as a woman's voice, the story involves your death. Author has a cursory knowledge of the city.
Sure.
Has anyone recently left any gifts outside your home? A large wooden horse.
I'm sorry? No.
On a scale of 1 to 10, what would you consider the likelihood you might be assassinated?
I have no idea.
Okay, let me rephrase. Are you the king of anything?
Like what?
King of the lanes, king of the trolls, huh?
No. It's ridiculous.
Now, was any part of you at one time part of something else? Well, is it possible at one time that you were made of stone, wood?
I'm sorry, but what do these questions have to do with anything?
Nothing. The only way to find out what story you're in is to determine what stories you're not in. Aren't you relieved to know you're not a golem?
I am relieved to know that I'm not a golem.
Do you have magical powers?
Oh my gosh.
This kid.
This is the same kid?
May I ask what we're doing out here?
Imagining car wrecks.
We can't imagine car wrecks inside.
Percent of accidents occur in times of inclement weather.
So 90% of pneumonia cases.
It's an interesting way to die. But how would Harold catch pneumonia?
Did you read the poems I suggested, or
No, none of it.
sitting in the rain won't write books?
You know about writing books.
It's literature on the nicotine patch.
I don't need a nicotine patch, Penny. I smoke cigarettes. Help what, Penny? Help write a novel? I'm not in the business of saving lives. In fact, just the opposite.
Your favorite word?
Integer.
Good. You aspire to anything?
No.
Conquer Russia? Win a whistling contest? You must have some ambition.
He said barefoot.
Underlying dream. Think.
I've always wanted my life to be more musical. Well, I've always wanted to learn to play the guitar.
Lead is whether you're in a comedy or a tragedy, which all stories refer has two faces. Continuity of life, the inevitability of death. Tragedy, you die. Comedy, you get hitched. Most comic heroes fall in love with people who are introduced after the story has begun. Imagine anyone hating you, Harold.
I'm an IRS agent. Everyone hates me.
Have you met anyone recently who might loathe the very core of you?
Just started auditing a woman who told me to get bent.
Well, that sounds like a comedy. Try to develop that.
No, I didn't get my honey money.
I'm at must have a lot of people to extort.
No, just you. You know, you can call me Harold.
No, but I don't want to.
Oh, thank you.
Very welcome. What is that? What are you marking?
Oh, this is nothing. Start with your backup documents.
Sure.
What's this?
My files. My tax files.
You keep your files like this?
I put them in this box just to screw with you.
Miss Pascal? I'm wondering if this 9 is a 7.
And what you
I'm just gonna guess it's a 7. Do you need help with that?
It's a taxman. Hello, Mr. Taxman.
Yeah.
Yeah, how the numbers going?
Pretty good.
11 times 2.
Okay.
It's prime numbers. Is the bathroom done?
Go for it.
Is that okay?
Well, good night.
You want a cookie?
Oh, no. No, I don't like cookies.
You don't like cookies? What's wrong with you? Your mom ever make you milk and cookies?
My mother didn't bake. The only cookies I ever had were store-bought.
Sit down. Now,
I really can't.
Mr. Crick, it was a really awful day. I know. I made sure of it. So pick up the cookie.
That's a really, really good cookie. So when did you decide to become a baker?
In college.
Oh, like a cooking college?
I went to Harvard Law, actually.
I'm sorry, I just assumed it was...
No.
Something happened?
No, I was barely accepted. The only reason they let me come was because of my essay. Participate in these study sessions all night long. And so I bake. So no one would go hungry while we worked. Bring my little treats to the study groups. People loved them. Oatmeal cookies. And everyone would eat and stay happy and study harder. I was always looking for better and better recipes. And at the end of the semester, I had 27 study partners. 8 Mead journals filled with recipes and a D average. So I dropped out. I was gonna make the world a better place. I would do it with cookies. You like them?
I do. Thank you for forcing me to eat them. For the cookies.
Why don't you take them home?
I would like to, but I can't. Because, see, it constitutes a gift. Yeah, I shouldn't have even had those other ones.
Well, I'm not gonna tell anyone.
No, but if you did...
What, you think I'm
No,
gonna
no,
call
look,
the...
I'll purchase them. I'm happy to purchase them. And there are no issues.
No.
Please, really, it's not a big deal.
Go home.
Okay. Did you baked those cookies for me, didn't you? You were just trying to be nice, and I totally blew it. This may sound like gibberish to you, but I think I'm in a tragedy. totally failed at the comedy tragedy thing. In fact, I think she likes me even less.
I know it's great. You prove something else entirely. The voice seems to be dependent on actions you take. You ride a bus, it says you ride the bus. You yourself are perpetuating this story. I suggest we try something else.
What about Miss Pascal?
Forget her.
Other than numbers, she's all I think about.
Harold, if you want to stay alive, you try something. Some plots are moved forward by external events and crises. If I go through that door, the plot continues. The plot can't move forward. It's also, if I stay here, I'm late. Don't do anything tomorrow. Let's see if the plot finds you. Marshall, you're not kicking.
I've never known an insect on which this creature feed. The similar bodies of water.
All right. He's really not doing anything.
Is an unwillingness to lose
The feared has now become their prey.
Oh no.
Knows its fate.
Thoughtful eyes will be the first to be plucked up. Limp corpses and sewn together. Who's gonna eat when you're dining in Mother Nature's restaurant?
Oh.
Ouch, that's gotta hurt.
Kidney beans in a fine GI. And again, ow! Ow!
That clip of that fish eating the thing used to be on the old zoo magazine, Kids Zoo. What was it called?
Mongoose encounters a cobra. It's hard to know. This time it looks like it's
Zoo. It's an old magazine, old commercials.
on the mongoose. But don't catch it.
What? You know what? This is like you in your life.
I know, this is my life. It really is. I have a lot in common with Harold Crick.
It's never not eventful.
It's decidedly different from before you knew me to now, isn't it?
Stop the crane. Stop the crane. The crane. Hey, us. What are you doing? Well, we're demolishing this place. What's your TV doing in there?
I said I live here, stupid! Where I keep my stuff! My name's on the goddamn buzzer!
You say 1893?
Yes!
Oh, well.
Yeah, this is something that would happen to you.
I know, it absolutely would.
I was hoping you'd say it was just a really bad coincidence.
He's getting a letter from the Emperor saying that he's visiting his plot. Having an apartment eaten by a wrecking ball is something else entirely. You don't control your fate. Okay, come with me. So I humbly suggest that you just forget all this and go live your life.
I'd like to continue to live my life.
You could use it to have an adventure, finish reading Crime and Punishment. You could just eat nothing but pancakes if you want.
And a choice between pancakes and living chooses pancakes.
The type of life being led, and of course the quality of the pancakes. You don't understand what I'm saying.
Literary theory or a story to me, it's my life.
So just go make it the one you've always wanted.
No problem, dude. It'll be nice having you around. How long you plan on staying again?
I'm not sure.
Okay.
That's the guy that told on him.
That told on him?
Yeah,
Purely hypothetical question.
that told the HR guy
You knew you were gonna die.
that he was talking weird
Oh, yeah.
and caused him to have that meeting.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Am I the richest man in the world?
No, you're you.
Do I have a superpower?
No, why would you have a superpower?
I don't know, you said it was hypothetical.
You're really good at math.
That's a skill.
Good at math, and you're invisible.
That's easy, I'd go to space camp.
Space camp?
Kids go to learn how to become astronauts. I've always wanted to go since I was 9.
You're invisible, and you'd go to space camp?
I didn't pick invisible, you picked invisible.
Aren't you too old to go to space camp?
You're never too old to go to space camp, dude.
Space camp.
257 pickups. Here Harold stood. And stand is almost all Harold did. Finding a guitar that said something about Harold. Georgia, that woman gonna feel my pain. These said I'm very sensitive, no idea how to play the guitar. Compensating for something? Guess what? And then Harold saw it. Foam green Fender staring back at him. The guitar spoke with conviction and swagger. I rock.
Watch it.
Shot in a gang fight.
Man in tweed?
There's nothing wrong with him. He just likes looking at sick people. This isn't working. You said I needed visual stimuli. I need the infirm.
You are the infirm.
These people aren't dead. They're just severely injured. Excuse me.
Oh, no.
Where are the dying people? Which is great, don't get me wrong. Is there any way to see the people who aren't going to get better? Dead for sure ones.
I'm sorry. Are you suffering
Dead
from
for
anything?
sure ones.
Just writer's block. Harold Crick became stronger in who he was.
Good for you, Harold.
Yeah.
Harold no longer ate alone. He no longer wore neckties. He no longer counted his steps to the bus stop. Harold Crick lived his life. But despite resuscitating his life, and Harold's wristwatch wasn't about to let him miss another opportunity.
Mr. Crick. Hi.
Hi.
I'm glad I caught you, because I wanted to bring these to you.
Really?
Yeah.
You can't accept gifts, but you can give them? Seems a little inconsistent. Tell you what, I'll purchase them. I'd like to purchase them. What are they?
Flowers. I brought you flowers.
You carried them all the way here?
Miss Pascal, I've been odd. I know that I've been odd. I want you. There's so many reasons. There's so many that are telling me, at times, quite literally.
I mean, good for him.
But I'm doing this because I want you.
You want me?
In no uncertain terms.
Well, established rule.
Auditor, auditee, protocol.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I don't care because I want you.
Do you mind carrying those a little bit further? Okay.
It's clever. Brought you flowers.
That's funny. I brought you flowers.
And they each had like a different color on top of them.
The blue, that's barley flower.
Do you want to come up?
To your place?
Yeah. Wasn't that the idea with the flowers and everything?
I only figured it out up to I want you.
Listen, Mr. Crick, I think I'd like you. Before I do anything rash, I'd like you to come up.
I'd be honored.
Great.
Yeah, he was nuts, though. He tried to get the contract notarized.
No, I'm just gonna put him in this thing. Go sit down in the cab.
So you play the guitar?
Someone traded me that for a wedding cake. I have to claim it on my taxes now.
I'll leave it out of my final report.
Do you play?
Not really.
No, come on. I promise I'm not gonna laugh at you. Play it.
This is Wonderwall. Because everyone can play that.
My mama said to me, weeping on the tropical moonlight. Why am I hanging around so long?
Oh,
Good for you, Harold. Do you think Harold's a virgin?
might be.
I want you to.
His sweater.
Was filled with moments both significant and mundane. Those moments remained entirely indistinguishable. Harold knew somewhere in his heart that this was one of the significant moments. She was falling in love with him.
It's a comedy.
What?
A comedy.
What?
With the woman. Anna Pascal?
Oh.
Last night, she's falling in love with me. The voice confirmed it in the middle of the night.
Completely nullifies my list, but living authors whose prior work would seem to make them likely candidates to write your story based on the criteria you and I. Narrator is alive. She's on this list. It appears the list is of little use to you now. It's one of my favorite authors. Quickly copy this list for you.
I just wanted to thank you.
Of course. You must tell me if you hear the voice of the narrator again, just for my own edification.
I will.
It's called Death and Taxes. Death and Taxes. Death and Taxes.
Oh, ladies, the package, I'm telling you.
Looming certainty of death.
That's the voice. She's the narrator. That's her.
No, that can't. Harold, this interview's a decade old. She's British?
She's her. Professor Hilbert, I know that voice.
Interesting.
What's wrong?
First of all, she wasn't on my list. The accent, and she doesn't,
Yeah, I should have mentioned that.
She kills people. Books are all about, they die, she kills them. The heroes.
Where is she?
She's untraceable. I used to teach a class on her. I've written her letters. She hasn't published anything in 10 years.
You said she had to have knowledge of the city. Does she live here?
She used to, yes, but I mean, she doesn't. I said, even if you find her, she's not getting Harold. Harold, she only writes tragedy.
Oh no, she's figuring out a way to kill him.
Where you been?
Figured out how to kill Harold Crick. When I came out of the store, it came to me. Like anything worth writing, it came inexplicably and without method. Can't believe I didn't think of it earlier. Possibly heartbreaking.
You wrote it on legal sheets?
On the bus.
Well then.
I'll finish it today.
I'll let the publishers know. I'll begin packing my things.
Appreciate it.
I need to speak to Karen Eiffel, one of your authors. I need to talk to her. It's urgent. I need to find her. I need to know where she is. There must be a way that I could contact her.
How do you know her?
I'm her brother. No, I'm married. I'm married to her brother. Not in this state, the one over.
Sir, I'm gonna have to ask you to leave.
No, I'm one of her characters. I'm in her new book. But I think it'll actually kill me, so I'd ask her to stop.
Hi, Harold. Nice sweater.
Nice sweater.
Hi, Harold. Phones are out. Hey, Harold, 19.
Hey, Harold, back from your vacay?
Wherever he went, I do not want to know.
Harold.
He's totally ignoring me. Can I get this now?
He works for the IRS.
Yeah.
You can't hide from the IRS.
Oh, dude, the phones are off. Can I borrow your cell phone?
Dang.
You all right? Dave, I need a favor. Can I have some change?
Plaza heading for the nearest payphone. At last he spotted it. He saw it was occupied by a nearsighted octogenarian determined to reach his daughter in Denver no matter how many quarters it took.
No matter how many quarters it took.
Yes?
My name is Harold Crick. I believe you're writing a story about me. My name is Harold Crick.
Is this a joke?
No, I work for the IRS.
That would be weird.
Very.
I love the connection
Yeah.
scene.
Let him in.
Oh, I'm Harold, her main character.
How wild
Yeah.
seeing like the character that you've built up.
Like had in mind.
Miss Eiffel?
Your eyes, your fingers, your shoes.
Hello. I'm Harold Crick.
I know. How did you find me?
Audited you a little more than 10 years ago, and...
This is incredibly strange. Didn't you think you were crazy?
But then you were right about everything. Little did he know.
Little did he know.
Third person omniscient. Well, you know, someone other than me. At least that's what Professor Hilbert said. Yeah, he loves your books.
I love his letters.
So you understand why I had to find you and ask you not to kill me. I mean, obviously you haven't written the end. Now, since we've met and you can see that I exist... Have you written it?
No.
Have you written
An
it?
outline, sort of.
Sort of?
Yeah, it's just not typed. I'm just trying to write a book.
I mean, you're sorry.
Okay. Let him read it.
This is trippy.
Very.
You fired?
Yeah. I may already be dead, just not typed.
Is that it?
I tried, but I couldn't. You have to tell me what to do or what not to do. If I have a chance. Professor Hilbert?
Hi, Harold.
Hi.
Look tired.
No, just calm.
Harold, I'm sorry. You have to die. It's her masterpiece. It's absolutely no good unless you die at the end. No, I know how hard this is for you to hear.
You're asking me to knowingly face my death?
Yes?
Really?
Yes.
I thought you'd find something.
I'm sorry, Harold.
Can't we just try and see if she can change it?
No. The grand scheme, it wouldn't matter.
Yes, it would.
No.
I could change. I could go away with Anna, be someone else. I can't die right now. It's just really bad timing.
No one wants to die, Harold, but unfortunately we do. Harold, listen to me. Harold, you will die someday, sometime. Choke on a mint, some long drawn-out disease you contracted on vacation. Even if you avoid this death, another will find you. It won't be nearly as poetic or meaningful as what she's written. I'm sorry, but it's the hero dies, but the story goes on forever.
I don't want to sit down there. I want...
Surprised he let him go all the way to
Yeah.
this point.
How many people do you think I've killed? Helen, the school teacher, the day before summer vacation. Where she made him meatloaf and chocolate pudding. Night significant was the morning it preceded.
I have to tell you something. I adore you.
I adore you too.
I just want you to listen carefully. You can deduct the value All the food you give away is a charity.
That's a good one. That's a good one right there.
Harold, the point is to break the tax laws.
I think that means keeping you out of jail.
Yeah? A little more tax talk in my ear.
A little more tax talk. This kid really likes horses.
Much had changed for Harold. His attitude towards work, his love life. Perhaps the most significant was that today he was not late for the 8:17 Kronecker bus. What understood about that Wednesday 4 weeks prior was that the time he received 3 full minutes later than the actual time, and life had been previously set his watch to the incorrect time. The bus stopped precisely at 8:14.
That dang kid.
That lady just started that bus driving job too. Oh, his hand.
It looks like he's breathing.
I don't think he's breathing.
Man.
Are you Professor Hilbert? I believe we have a mutual acquaintance.
Please, sit down.
No, I just came by to...
Is that it?
Yes. Have you read it?
Is that all right?
You may be interested in the new ending.
Hey.
Good afternoon.
Oh no.
It's a pretty brave thing you did. Stepping in front of that bus. Kind of stupid, but pretty brave. Is that boy okay? Scratched up is all. Am I okay? Well, you're not dead. 3 bones in your leg and foot. You suffered 4 broken ribs.
This is not the most sensitive doctor.
No.
Sort of. We weren't able to remove the shard of watch from your arm. You'll be okay. You'll just have a piece of watch embedded in your arm the rest of your life.
Okay.
You're very lucky to be alive, Mr. Crick.
Dr. Mercator, Mr. Crick has a visitor.
My God. Oh.
I'm okay.
Harold.
It's all right.
Harold, you're not fine. Severely injured. What happened?
I stepped in front of a bus. There was a boy. I had to push him out of the way. I had to keep this boy from getting hit.
You stepped in front of a bus to save a little boy?
I had to.
It's okay.
It's not great.
It's okay. It's not the most amazing piece of English literature.
You know, I think I'm fine with okay.
It doesn't make any sense with the rest of the book, though.
My assistant said she'd go back to the publisher and request more time. I don't know, it was awfully sweet, though.
No, why did you change the book?
I realized I just couldn't do it.
Because he's real?
It's a book about a man who doesn't know he's about to die and dies anyway, dies willingly, knowing he could stop it. Then that's the type of man you want to keep alive. As Harold took a bite of Bavarian sugar cookie, he finally felt as if everything was going to be okay. We can thank God for Bavarian sugar cookies, or a kind and loving gesture, or a subtle encouragement, or a loving embrace, or an offer of comfort, not to mention hospital gurneys, and nose plugs, and uneaten Danish, and soft-spoken secrets, and Fender Stratocasters, the occasional piece of fiction. They are here to save our lives. I know the idea seems strange, that it just so happens to be true. A wristwatch saved Harold Crick.
All right, just finished watching Stranger Than Fiction. This movie is really great. I feel like we don't see a whole lot of original movies like this all that much anymore. There's a few reasons for that. I know people complain about not having enough original movies and then don't actually go to the theater when there are original movies, but this is just like refreshingly different. It's paced a little odd, I feel like, at some times, but some of the themes they explore are really interesting in the way that they present them to the audience. But before I get into all that, Jen, I'd love to know what you thought of Stranger Than Fiction.
I feel like this is one of those movies where everybody is going to get a different interpretation of it or take away from it. But I really enjoyed Will Ferrell in this movie. He was, he did have some like funny moments. He had some humor in it. but it was not obnoxious. It was just the perfect amount, and so it didn't feel forced at all. Harold Crick really seemed like a relatable character, and so I think all that combined is why I enjoyed Will Ferrell's performance just in general. I also think it was a very thought-provoking film because there's so many takeaways that I think that I could get from this movie. I'm not really sure what the overall interpretation of the movie is, except for to really enjoy the small, minor moments in your life and to take advantage of your life. And as a type A person, definitely, having a structured life where you're really not able to take advantage of everything that's going on around you and the people in your life. Definitely, it was a very good reminder of just like the short time that we have here on Earth. So I thought that it was a really interesting plot on its own. Not at all what I thought it was going to be, but I love it. I think every character really had their place. Even like Queen Latifah really didn't, on the surface, add much to the movie, but as a whole, I think for the author, I think that Queen Latifah really complimented her and was important for her own journey. I think overall, like the author, seeing what she was going through and the fact that she hadn't written a book in so long for whatever reason, and she's putting her heart, soul, sanity into creating these characters and these events, and then to have that come to fruition literally, and having that character in front of her would absolutely throw your worlds into a tailspin. So I think that kind of having that real life plot is really not something you would normally see in a movie plot. So I really appreciated the general storyline. It was a little slow in the beginning, but I think I enjoyed it overall. I especially enjoyed the chemistry between Maggie Gyllenhaal and Will Ferrell. I thought they were great together. I loved that she hated him in the beginning. I think that that's such, that I was not prepared for that. And so I really enjoyed kind of the evolution of their relationship. And in part, I liked seeing Harold really start out as one person in this movie, and he morphs into a completely different person by the end. And so I think for me, that was the greatest art of this movie. I really enjoyed that. And I think I would absolutely watch this movie again. I thought it was very emotional, and I'm glad that he wasn't killed off. It makes sense to me that she just couldn't do it, and I'm glad that that was the ending. So overall, I thought it was a great movie.
What would you rate it?
Definitely Will Ferrell's best, in my opinion. I think at some points, the speed of the movie was a little bit on the slower side, but one thing I really appreciated about this movie as well is that they had a lot of side characters that really didn't seem like they played a big part, but they really utilized them very, very well and kind of connected them all. And that moment when Harold Crick and the author come together and realize that they are intertwined in each other's lives and that he is real, I thought was priceless. That was truly like a great moment in the film. So I'm gonna go with a 9.
Wow. Yeah, I liked all of the themes in the movie. Seeing Harold being a very like type A, everything's organized, every day is routine, and then slowly kind of taking more advantage of his life. And is there more to this? Contrasted with the author, Miss Eiffel, her very like secular, nihilistic cynicism of imagining death, and you can see her like, going to the hospital, like, where are the people who aren't gonna make it? She's very calloused and cold to being confronted with the reality that she has almost godlike power over this real life person, and she's not even sure about the other characters, and she's like having this existential moment of like, oh my gosh, I've killed 8 people potentially, and to where that affects her so much to where she's like, I can't kill this person. So she has a full 180 of perspective on life and value and stuff like that, kind of near the end too. But there's a lot of like even sub-themes in the movie. There's another movie called Yes Man, ironically with Jim Carrey. It's more of a comedy than this, but there's a similar premise in that one where he's just kind of going through the motions, run-of-the-mill, no real work-life balance, maybe not even really wanting that. He's just kind of, he feels fulfilled or just useful enough just in his job and his regular life. And the premise of Yes Man is that he can't say no to anybody. And so like if anybody asks him to do anything or want anything from him, he says yes and does it. And that opens up a lot of interesting doors for him. And I think there's a similar thing that happens to Harold Crick, where he's in that mundane routine and he just starts to try to venture out a little bit, tries to play the guitar, flirts a little bit on the bus, and just kind of puts himself out there in life. And I think that that's really important in our culture. America may be a little bit more open to sort of a work-life balance, or a little bit better about that than somewhere like Japan maybe. But I think that that's very, very important. And we can see that in real life, like statistics, the happiness levels of places like a place like Japan, where there isn't as much emphasis on work-life balance and focusing more on work, whereas here where maybe we try to have a more work-life balance, or at least talk about it a little bit more openly. One thing, if I was Matt Pat, I would have a conspiracy theory about this movie where I don't think it's actually the author that has this power. I think it's the typewriter. I think that typewriter is actually magical, and the fact that they never talk about it at all, because there's a few moments in the movie where, like for example, she actually writes out, as the author, writes out the entire ending. I know it's a draft, but she writes it out, and what does she say? It's done, it's just not typed yet. And so the only time that things would actually happen were on the typewriter, even if she's thinking about it, even if she wrote it down. So I'm curious about the typewriter. And also there's a part where she changes the ending, makes it worse, still okay but not good, and she says, I'm gonna go back and rewrite some of the stuff at the beginning to make it flow a little better with that new ending. So part of me thinks, well, if she's written the new ending on the typewriter, he hits the bus and the watch shard saves him, could she not then go back? She saves real life Harold, goes back and then corrects the ending to the original, has her masterpiece book, but also saves his life. We're getting into a bunch of technicalities. I'm just wondering about that. So a lot of really great themes, really solid movie. I'm pretty sure that typewriter is magical, but that would be my film theory. But of course, these are just that's just a theory. It's just some of the things that I think about this movie. I think it's fantastic. I would rate this one a 9 as well. Pacing is a little slow sometimes. There's probably some stuff they could have cut out to speed it up a little bit. But overall, I thought it was really entertaining and really, really, really good. So 9 for me, but of course, these are just some of our thoughts. We'd love to know what you guys think down in the comments below. So leave us a comment down below. We'll check those out. If you enjoyed this video, leave it a like. It helps the channel out a lot. Subscribe. You can be notified when we post the next video. Don't forget to check out Patreon. You can watch videos like this one early and ad-free until it's posted. There are several other videos that are available right now that you can watch early before anyone else and without ads until it's posted. And you can watch the full-length reaction with us over there too. You'll just need your own copy to sync up with us. We watch this one on Peacock. There's also exclusive videos like Arcane. We have 2 seasons of Invincible. Jen rewatched some Star Wars with some new context after watching Clone Wars and Rebels. We have several anime movies that are exclusively on there. A lot of great stuff, and it helps support the channel. But for now, that is it. Jen and I appreciate you watching. We'll catch you in the next video, everyone. Take care.